Hello dear students, welcome to EPG Pathshala. I am Dr. D.C. Saxena, Professor and Head of the Department of Food Engineering and Technology at Sant Longowal Institute of Engineering and Technology, Longowal. I am presenting the paper Technology of Spices and Condiments. As you know, the bleaching is an important step in the cardamom processing, and this particular processing will be explained to you in the present module by my co-author Ms. Romi Jan.
Hello students, welcome to EPG Pathshala. I'm Romi Jan from Sant Longowal Institute of Engineering and Technology. Today I'm going to talk about Module 19 of paper number 10, Technology of Spices and the Condiments. In this module, we will be learning about the bleaching of the cardamom. Cardamom, exotic spice, has an intoxicating, rich aroma with complex flavors of sweet floral notes, camphor, lemon, mint, and a hint of pepper. Cardamom is the dried seed pod of an herbaceous perennial plant in the ginger family and is native to India, Bhutan, and the Nepal. Inside the pod, the seeds are grouped in clusters with a sticky resin-like coating. This is an indication of certain freshness. There are three varieties of the cardamom, with the two main types being the black and the white cardamom, which is simply bleached green cardamom. This process of bleaching softens the dominance of the menthol note, giving the white pod a sweet and a pleasant flavor. In some European countries, specifically Scandinavia, the white cardamom is the preferred style found in most of their baked goods. Black cardamom has a totally different flavor than the popular green pods. When the pods are dried, they turn black, which gives them a prominent smoky characteristic with strong peppery overtones. Green cardamom is found in many of the round Indian curry powders as an essential ingredient. The famous African Burberry spice mix uses green cardamom as well to balance the heat. Green cardamom combines well with numerous other spices such as anise, cinnamon, clove, cumin, caraway, cayenne pepper, ginger, paprika, saffron, and vanilla. In this module, we will talk about bleaching of cardamom and the various methods of bleaching process. Cardamom is the dried seed pod of an herbaceous perennial plant in the ginger family and is native to India, Bhutan, and Nepal. This exotic spice has an intoxicating, rich aroma with complex flavors of sweet floral notes, camphor, lemon, mint, and a hint of pepper. Brown cardamom has a distinct, musty, smoky flavor. The flavor of cardamom is similar to many other spices that develop during the drying process. Once dried, the tough outer husk creates a protective shell for the aromatic seeds inside. But care should be taken not to expose the pods to extreme sunlight, as these are photosensitive and the light will cause oxidation or fading. Keep the cardamom stored away from the direct light. The strong camphor-like flavor earns cardamom a position among the pungent spices, and it's therefore used in small quantities. There are three varieties of cardamom, with the two main types being the black and the green pods and the white cardamom, which is simply bleached green cardamom. Black cardamom has a totally different flavor than the popular green pods. When the pods are dried, they turn black, which gives them a prominent smoky characteristic with strong peppery overtones. It's one of the essential ingredients in the North Indian curries. Black cardamom has even made its way as a primary ingredient in certain fusion cuisines like Indian Chinese Sichuanese red cooked dish. It also works very well in bitter foods that require extended cooking, such as collard greens. Just by adding a few pods to rice or lentils during the cooking process can heighten the flavor of these simple dishes to something quite interesting. Cardamom can be used as making a dry rub for meat or as an ingredient in sauces. Green cardamom is found in many of the renowned Indian curry powders as an essential ingredient. The famous African Burberry spice mix uses green cardamom as well as to balance the heat. Green cardamom combines well with numerous other spices such as anise, cinnamon, clove, cumin, caraway, cayenne peppers, ginger, paprika, saffron, and vanilla. In fact, next to saffron and vanilla, cardamom was one of the most expensive spices to buy. But ever since, it has been grown and harvested in Guatemala. The prices are now more affordable. Cardamom bush grows to a height of about 3 meters. It grows best in a warm, humid place where there is plenty of rain and rich soil. It can grow at altitudes up to 1370 meters above the sea level. The bush requires shade and is usually grown under natural forest cover. The tree produces flowers after it's 2 to 3 years old. The first crop of the seed capsules is harvested in the 3rd year after planting. In India, the tree flowers in April and May and continues until the July and the August. Harvesting at the current stage of maturity is essential to produce high-quality cardamom capsules. The fruits should only be harvested once they are fully ripe and mature. In some places, farmers harvest the crop before it's fully ripe because they worry that it will be taken by the thieves. If the crop is picked when it's mature, the higher yields and the higher value of the final product may offset the losses due to the theft. A ripe capsule has black seeds inside. An immature capsule has white seeds. When a cardamom capsule is ripe, it can be easily removed from the stem of the plant without too much force. The harvester should start harvesting at the base of each stem and move up the stem, taking off any capsules that easily fall off without pulling. The capsules that do not fall off easily should be left on the plant to ripen. The crop should be cleaned before processing. The first stage is to remove dust and the dirt using a winnowing basket. This can be made locally from bamboo, palm, or other leaves. A worker who is used to doing this can clean up to 100 kg of cardamom in an 8-hour per day. Small machines are available for cleaning, but they are often not cost-effective. After winnowing, the capsules are washed in clean water. 2 or 3 large plastic buckets of 15-liter capacity are sufficient for small amounts, but for large quantities, it may be better to use a sink with a drainage hole. Only water that is safe to drink should be used. It should be changed regularly to prevent contamination. In case of pretreatment process, the stalks are removed from the cardamom capsules after harvesting by hand. The capsules can be soaked in a solution of sodium bicarbonate 2 to 5% for 10 minutes to help retain the green color. Drying is the most important part of the process as it affects the quality of the final product. It's important to dry the cardamom capsules as soon after harvest as possible to prevent the loss of flavor. It's also important that the drying process is as short as possible so that mold does not grow on the capsules and the bright green color is retained. The drying temperature should not be above 50 degrees centigrade as this affects the color and delicate flavor of the final product. In most places, cardamom capsules with a good green color can be sold for a premium price. The moisture content of a fresh cardamom capsule is about 85%. This needs to be reduced to 10% in the dried product so the cardamom capsules can be stored. If the drying period is too long, mold can start to grow on the cardamom. There are several options available to the small-scale processor depending upon the size of the business and the local weather conditions at the time of processing, like sun drying, solar drying, wood fire dryer, electric or gas dryer, and humidity controlled drying. Electricity and liquefied petroleum gas are clean and convenient fuels for drying, but are not cheap or easily available in blades. Firewood, stubble, and dry leaves are readily available in the blades, but they are smoky and can contaminate the dried product. A gasifier is a device that has been developed by TERI, the Tata Energy Research Institute in India, for use in the drying of cardamom. The gasifier uses briquettes that are made from firewood and other types of biomass and turns them into a gas that burns with a clean, smokeless flame. The main advantage of using a gasifier is that it's more efficient in terms of the amount of fuel used. Biomass that burns in an open fire loses about 2/3 of its energy as smoke. The system therefore uses less fuel and produces a higher quality dried cardamom. The gasifier for drying cardamom developed by Terry can be made locally using recycled oil drums. Bleached cardamom is creamy white or golden yellow in color. Bleaching is carried out either with a dried capsule or freshly harvested capsules. Bleaching process is done by sulfur dioxide, potassium metabisulfite 25% containing 1% HCl for 30 minutes and hydrogen peroxide 4 to 10% at pH 4. However, bleached cardamom tends to lose more volatile oil. The bleaching of dry capsules can be undertaken by a number of methods, which includes sulfur bleaching, potassium metabisulfite with hydrochloric acid, and hydrogen peroxide. Hydrogen peroxide, or the traditional method by steeping in soap nut water. A proportion of the crop is bleached after sun drying by exposing the capsules to fumes from burning sulfur to get uniform color and appearance. This process of bleaching softens the dominance of the menthol note, giving the white pod a sweet and pleasant flavor. In some European countries, specifically Scandinavia, the white cardamom is the preferred style found in most of their baked goods. Bleaching can be undertaken with dried capsules or the freshly harvested capsules. The bleaching of fresh capsules is undertaken by soaking for 1 hour in 20% potassium metabisulfite solution containing 1% hydrogen peroxide solution to degrade the chlorophyll. On drying, these capsules yield a white or golden yellow colored cardamom. Steeping capsules in a dilute solution of potassium metabisulfite solution induces a slight improvement in the keeping quality. The quality requirements of the cardamom vary depending on the end use and are related to moisture level, cleanliness, content of substandard product, extraneous matter or appearance, and the color. For example, if the processor values the extractives, volatile oil, and specific ingredients. Cardamom fruits should be stored in a well-closed, well-filled container in cool places. As and when needed, the seeds should be removed from the fruits and used. It has been observed that if the seeds are stored after dehusking, about 30% volatile oil is lost within 18 months of storage. There are specific quality standards for India and Sri Lanka for the cardamom. Cardamom seeds are obtained by decorticating the capsules by use of a plate mill. The ratio of seeds to husk is about 30:70. Although cardamom is usually sold in the form of dry capsules, cardamom is also processed into various products such as seeds, powder, oil, oleoresin, and the encapsulated flavor. The storage of cardamom seed needs care to maintain the essential oil, and boxes lined with aluminum foil are favored. Cardamom is a native of Western Ghats in South India. India had a virtual monopoly in the cardamom until recently, but now it's being cultivated in Guatemala, Sri Lanka, Thailand, Laos, Vietnam, Costa Rica, El Salvador, and Tanzania too. Cardamom cultivation in India is confined to 3 states, which includes the Kerala, Karnataka and Tamil Nadu. The pods can be used in whole or split form when cooked in the meals. Otherwise, the seeds can be taken out from the pods, bruised and fried before adding main ingredients to the pan or pounded with other spices as required. Cardamom is being produced under an exclusive support scheme to enjoy excellent export opportunities in the near future. It's expected to grab double-fold opportunities in the export market in 2015. Some government schemes and programs to support the cardamom growers follow: number 1, extension of advisory scheme, cardamom replanting scheme, irrigation land development scheme, rainwater harvesting devices in cardamom plantations, scheme for improved cardamom curing devices for small cardamom, pesticide residue test quality for the cardamom growers. White cardamom is simply green cardamom that has been bleached with sulfur dioxide for aesthetic reasons. The bleaching process tempers the dominant menthol character, resulting in a sweeter, mellower flavor that's the preferred style of cardamom with Scandinavian baked goods like cookies, muffins, buns, and spiced cakes. Malabar cardamom, sometimes called Thai cardamom, is a smaller, rounder pod with more prominent floral notes. As Malabar pods dry and develop their best flavor, the pods fade to a beige color. Like white cardamom, Thai cardamom has a more floral, less camphor flavor than green cardamom. The green is highly preferable, especially if whole pods are used, as the bleaching process removes some of the flavor. In India, pods that are only bright green and are sold that way at a high price, and unevenly colored pods are bleached. Bleaching of fresh capsules is undertaken by soaking for 1 hour in 20% potassium metabisulfite solution containing 1% hydrogen peroxide solution to degrade the chlorophyll. On drying, these capsules yield a golden yellow color. The bleaching of dry capsules can be undertaken by a number of methods, which includes the sulfur bleaching, potassium metabisulfite with hydrochloric acid and the hydrogen peroxide, or the other traditional method by steeping in soap nut water. Bleached cardamom product is creamy white or golden yellow in color and is actually the green cardamom that has been bleached with sulfur dioxide for aesthetic reasons. The bleaching process tempers the dominant menthol character, resulting in a sweeter, mellower flavor that's the preferred style of cardamom in Scandinavian baked goods like the cookies, muffins, buns, and the spiced cakes. So, students, let's now summarize what we have learned in this module. Bleached cardamom is creamy white or golden yellow in color. Bleaching can be done either with dried cardamom capsules or freshly harvested capsules as starting material. In general, bleaching of dried capsules leads to loss of volatile oil, probably because the bleaching process makes the husk brittle. However, Bleached cardamom has white appearance and is resistant to weevil infestation due to sulfur dioxide content. Better production of cardamom in India and low availability from Guatemala, which is the main competitor of small cardamom, have resulted in an increase of the cardamom exports. Cardamom oil is a precious ingredient in food preparations, perfumery, health foods, medicines, and beverages. Despite the numerous applications of cardamom in the cooking styles of Sri Lanka, India, and Iran, 60% of the world production is exported to Arab countries, where a large part is used to prepare the coffee. Cardamom flavored coffee is almost a symbol of Arab hospitality. Cardamom is available in different colors. The color depends on how cardamom is processed. Green cardamom is a sun-dried and is preferred in India. Brown cardamom is oven-dried, most popular elsewhere in Asia and in Europe. And white cardamom, which is used in United States, is bleached. Large cardamom its quality characteristics are different from that of small cardamom. The fruit is 4 to 6 times the size of small cardamom. Valued for its acceptable taste, flavor, and aroma. Large cardamom is used in rice preparations and meat dishes, besides a wide range of beverages and sweets. That's all about the bleaching of cardamom. Thank you.
Now you have seen how the important process the bleaching is. Now, after knowing the bleaching process of cardamom, the next step is drying of cardamom, and this process will be explained to you in the next module. Thank you.